Sir, earlier during the supplementary question and answer time for PQ number 22, Mr. Perera mentioned that there was an example of how he had emailed to Mediacorp regarding a footage of a parliamentary debate that he felt some parts were left out. Now, I have checked the facts of the correspondence between Mr. Perera and Mediacorp, and based on what I understand, Mr. Perera wrote to Mediacorp on the 20th of February this year, and he made reference to the footage of the debate during the Presidential Elections Amendment Bill on 6th of February. And Mediacorp replied to Mr. Perera on the same day, 20th of February, to explain that a technical error had led to a truncation of the clip. And Mediacorp had fixed it on the 18th of February, 2 days before Mr. Perera wrote to them. So this was what they wrote in their email reply to Mr. Perera. I just wanted to confirm with Mr. Perera whether what I described is factually accurate. And because based on what I understand, and as I explained to him and the House earlier today, that the policy is not to leave out any parts of the debate. The footage will show the full debate. What Mediacorp will do is they will rearrange the footages by speaker to make it more convenient for viewers to choose which footage they want to view. So that's the first point of clarification that I would like to seek from Mr. Perera.
Mr. Leon Perera.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the MOS. Yes, that is indeed in accordance with my recollection of the exchange I had with Mediacorp. And I think what was communicated to me was that that was a technical glitch on that occasion when certain parts of the video footage were truncated. So I think as a result of that exchange that I had with Mediacorp, they removed the video with the truncations and then they uploaded a new video without the truncations. So as I referred to in my earlier comments during my exchange with the MOS, the issue was amicably resolved. So I think the purpose of that exchange was to establish whether or not there is any editing that is occasionally done. And I think if it is the MOS's assurance that that is generally as a matter of policy, such footage is never done, then I'm certainly quite prepared to accept that assurance. Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I thank the honourable member for his clarification, but I do need to further confirm one point with him, which is that his email to Mediacorp was dated 20th February, and Mediacorp, in their reply to Mr. Perera, said that they had already fixed the problem of the truncated clip on the 18th of February. So in other words, it wasn't a result of Mr. Perera's email to them. They had confirmed with Mr. Perera in their reply they had already fixed the truncated clip on the 18th of February when he emailed to them on the 20th of February. May I please seek confirmation from Mr. Perera that what I described is factually accurate? Thank you.
Mr. Leon Perera.
Thank you, MOS, for his comments. I do not have a specific recollection of the dates, but I will say at this point that it could well be the case that that was the correspondence. I will need to go back and refer to my archive of emails to verify that's the case, but I'm sure and I'm quite willing to accept what the MOS has said, that that is the case. I'm sure that will be the case if I verify it. So I'm quite prepared to accept that fact. And as I said earlier, I'm quite prepared to accept the MOS's assurance that video footage is not, as a matter of policy, edited for whatever reason, and that it is uploaded verbatim with the exception of errors or technical glitches that I do accept will happen from time to time.